Christopher Chope, local MP in our area, was almost mocked yesterday for some comments about dealing with knife crime, people needing to become fitter and maybe looking after themselves self-defence wise. Is it a viable option in terms of an attacker or someone with a weapon to be trained in something like judo?
It is, but not in the way you'd think. So I would never encourage anyone to try to fend off someone with a knife. Usually the best thing to do is go the other way. Having said that, it's more about the things that you learn off the back of judo. It's your self-discipline, your self-preservation, self-esteem, and things like that. Learning to discern what's going on in the area around you. That takes time and training. It's not the sort of thing. It's a byproduct of any martial art. To be honest, you don't go in there and go, right, you must point out 7 dangers in a room. It doesn't work like that. But you learn to look at stuff. You learn to, you've got people who can walk in a room and trip over something because they're not paying attention, and it's exactly the same. Particularly in this generation, you've got a lot of people that walk around with their mobile phones. They're walking around like this. They walk into lampposts, etc., etc. But when they're looking at the phone, anyone who wants to cause a potential attack, that's a target right there, because they're not paying attention to what's going on. Yeah. So I think to a certain degree it's an education piece for people to actually pay attention to what they're doing, but also I think it's learning to avoid the situation in the first place, but then if you do end up in that situation, learning to actually be sensible, move away, don't try and be the hero, because at the end of the day, if someone's got a sharp object, you're going to get cut. Doesn't matter how good you are, doesn't matter how much training you've had, it only takes one lucky person. It's not worth the risk.